Daring Abroad, brought to you in partnership with Bank Diaspora Banking. Banking just like home.
Hello and welcome. Time for you to see the world without a visa. My name is Michael Zimanji and today's show is quite inspirational. Yes, our first guest has done it all, from selling sukuma wiki to owning one of the biggest real estate companies in Texas, US. I'm of course talking about June Onguko Matindu. We will have her story and much more, but first, our highlights.
I started business when I was in class 6.
Wow.
I used to stay as Karinguru.
Meet June Onguko Matindu, who runs a successful realty company in Texas.
It's not an industry that you come knowing what you're doing. You don't know anybody really.
From the United Kingdom.
We have to think beyond our borders to be able to influence society.
BrainGain, as Strathmore alumni remember their alma mater. Also on the show, how Minneapolis restaurant owner and events organizer George Ndege is investing back home.
I have an account with Bank. I'm able to send money directly into my account. Secondly, my tenants are able to deposit money into my account at Bank.
Great, let's now cross over to the United States with Alex Chamwada.
June Onguko Matindu has been in the real estate business in the US for over 18 years. She deals in both residential and commercial property. Based in Houston, Texas, June's name is etched in America's real estate sector, and she positions herself as a dedicated, credible realtor you can rely on if you are in the process of buying or selling a property.
So how long have you been in the US?
Sure. So I've been in the US about 26 years now.
26 years?
Yes, sir.
Well done. So what made you venture into the real estate, June?
So I joined real estate because I've always been a business-minded person. Growing up, even back in Kenya, where I'm originally from, I used to do little things here and there. I started business when I was in class 6.
Wow.
I used to stay as Karinguru during break time. When I graduated high school, I was selling sukuma wiki, wholesale. I sold charcoal.
So it's in the blood.
The blood. So when I came to the US, of course I came to go to school in 98. Started school, went to college. I graduated with my BS in business management, and then I went on to master.
Okay.
But I just knew I was not meant to do corporate. I did it for a while, then I became a mother. So being a mother was really the driving force. Yes, I wanted something that would allow me to make an income, but also be able to have time for raising
something you can manage yourself.
Exactly, the flexibility.
Okay.
It has been a long journey. Because as you know, it's not an industry that you come knowing what you're doing. You don't know anybody really. But with time, we've educated ourselves. We've tried different ways, and 18 years down the road.
So what do you do exactly?
Sure. So basically, I'm a real estate agent, and I'm licensed in the state of Texas. And in a nutshell, what we do as a realtor, that's who we are called, we help clients with buying, selling, investing, and even renting a home. So we connect buyers to the right homes, the right loans if they are going with a lender. We connect sellers by helping them market their houses effectively and try to secure a buyer for them. When you're renting, of course, we help you find the right house by connecting you to the landlords through our network of realtors. And for investors, we work with a lot of investors, both local and international.
I can see a whole chain of players in whatever you do.
Correct.
Yeah, it's not a one-man job.
No, it's not. Yes, so I do have a team. It's a small team. Mainly my husband and I are the two big players.
Okay.
I started off alone, as you see the name June Properties. The goal was not to really be as big as we have grown. It was really just to have some income to supplement so I can help my husband as we have a two double income or two home income and then raise the children.
Okay.
But then as we got into the industry, we learned that it was a great industry, and I continued to grow it with time. And about 4 years ago, my husband, who has a background in management and accounting, joined me.
He brought his skills into the company.
100%.
Wow.
And for right now, he's actually the CFO.
CFO.
And the COO of the company.
Yes.
So he runs pretty much the back end of everything that we do at June
And for you, what
Properties.
do you do on a day-to-day basis?
My job is to connect with the clients. I'm the first contact person when the client calls and wants to talk to us about their needs of real estate. I'm usually their first contact.
Okay.
On average, June sells about 4 to 5 homes a month. That translates to about 60 homes a year.
My greatest achievement is building a company in the United States that has been able to give us a stable income, has been able to allow me and my husband to operate it. And also we do have now our daughter who works with us, and we have 2 employees as staff.
Wow, well done, June. Well
Thank
done.
you.
So, who is your typical client?
Sure. So I would say anybody who is able to buy a house,
buy a
or
house,
sell a
yeah.
house or invest a house. But really, we have qualifications when you want to buy a house in the United States or in Texas or Houston specifically. One has to have a certain credit score, which is what is required. You have, which is usually about 640 if I can get to the specifics. You need a certain amount of money that loans or rather banks will be looking for. Typically, we can have a 0 down or somewhere in the ranges of a 3.5% down or 5%, just depending. And then we have different lending programs that we use, different lenders depending on what fits with the client.
Okay.
Yeah, so we go either cash buyers, we have a couple of cash buyers that we help, or we have a lot of, I would say 80% of our clientele is financing. I am mainly residential. I would say,
residential.
yes, 80% of our business is residential driven.
They helped me purchase my home, and I'm very blessed to purchase the home with them. Up ahead, I do believe I will continue business with them in the future. I'm blessed to have them for my realtor and also best friends.
June says you do not have to be an American citizen or living in the US to buy property in the US. You can buy property here in Texas through her as a foreign investor. She says one can get foreign national investment loans, and there are banks that can finance you, or you can pay cash.
In the Houston market, our market has really gone up in the last couple of years. When I started real estate about 18 years ago, the median house was selling for about $150,000 to $200,000
US dollars.
Correct. For right now, we are at a median of about $450,000 to $500,000. That is the median house. So for a house of for a family of 4 to 5, typically that's a 4-bedroom, 2 to 3 bath with a game room. We have office requirements nowadays. We typically sell those at around that price range, $450,000 to $500,000. Now we do have clients from even as low as $300,000, but we go all the way even up to $5 million, $10 million, depending on the client's needs.
Okay.
Yeah, so we service anywhere from $300,000 all the way to $10 million. It just depends with the strength of the client and what needs they have.
All right.
But we service all the spectrum.
Great.
We are 2,400 acres. We are a community surrounded by water. We have fabulous amenities here, and living in Town Lake is just wonderful for families. We have townhomes, duets, custom homes, single family homes, of course, and so we have a fit for everyone that comes into Town Lake.
Martin and Joyce here are my clients. We met 3 years ago, and they have just now closed on their second home, which will be their investment.
It started like a dream. When we went to buy the first home, we saw this home that day, and we told the person who was with it, it was a model house. We told them, we're gonna buy this when you guys move out. And they thought we were joking, but God is faithful. Today we've closed the house and we are grateful, and it's been a journey, but we thank God. June has been very helpful. You know, it's not easy because it's not our line of work, so she assisted us to this very moment, and glory to God. Finally, our dream has come true.
In a place known as Cyprus, we meet another couple that has bought property through June Properties, Mr. and Mrs. Dennis Chege. They own a home care known as Cyprus Assisted Living Facility, and this is the commercial property June assisted them to buy.
I started this 2004. That's when I met June Properties, and I started with a small house. I think we've done about 7 houses with her. I do assisted living for the elderly when they get older, where they come to stay as their final destiny before. Yes. So we started with 4, where I could keep 4 people. Now I have this Cyprus Assisted Living 4, where I can keep up to 46 people. I didn't have to worry about her doing what I wanted her to do. That is getting the right product, getting the right house, delivering at the right time. She's been a mentor in times of need.
Quite inspiring from the United States. Many thanks to Alex for that story. Time now for our Diaspora Bite, powered by TapTapSend.
Diaspora Bite, brought to you by TapTapSend. Send money to Kenya from the diaspora by simply downloading the TapTapSend app today to get started.
America has taught me hard work, consistency, and loyalty pays. I've learned there are no shortcuts to success, but if you are determined and you follow your heart and you work hard on your dream, you can achieve your dreams.
Diaspora Bite, brought to you by TapTapSend. Send money to Kenya from the diaspora by simply downloading the TapTapSend app today to get started. Download and use the code Chams Media and instantly get a cash bonus on your first transfer.
Words to live by. Time now for us to go on a short break, but when we return,
We have to think beyond our borders to be able to influence society.
how Strathmore University diaspora alumni are remembering their alma mater. Also ahead,
I have an account with Bank. I'm able to send money directly into my account. Secondly, my tenants are able to deposit money into my account at Bank.
how Minneapolis-based restaurant owner and events organizer George Ndege is investing in Kenya through Cooperative Bank Diaspora Banking.
Guys, yes, it's bigger and it's better. Bamba Nyumba na AMG Realtors.
We're not giving out just a shamba, we're giving out a shamba with a house, nyumba.
Isitoshe, we have weekly gift vouchers, a 50 by 100 plot at the end of every month. Let me tell you what you need to do. It is very simple. For every 100,000 Kenya shillings that you're spending with us on any of our properties, you automatically get an entry into the Bamba Nyumba draw and stand a chance to win prize number 1, gift number 2, and number 3. So contact us today.
Own your dream home for as low as 1.98 million Kenya shillings in Vipingo, Kilifi, and enjoy a flexible payment plan of 10% on signing of the letter of offer and the balance in equal monthly installments within 18 months. Supported by world-class amenities and infrastructure, our estates offer a unique, secure environment with a wide range of outdoor facilities. SMS Vipingo to 22365 or call us today on 0740 400 215. Terms and conditions apply.
You're watching Daring Abroad, brought to you in partnership with Corp Bank Diaspora Banking. Banking just like home. Kenyans in the diaspora have become key players in Kenya's economic transformation, with the biggest beneficiaries being money markets and the real estate sectors. This statistic has not gone unnoticed, with Kenyan-based companies, organizations and institutions directing their efforts to get a piece of this diaspora pie. One such institution is Strathmore University. Yes, for years, the institution has been actively connecting with Kenyans in the diaspora through their Alumni Relations Office. Janet Kimani is its director.
So the Strathmore University Alumni Association is the umbrella body that encompasses all alumni from all the schools and the institute we have. We have 6 schools, and typically alumni activities will be centered in the schools, but coordinated from across the university. The Alumni Association is absolutely vital to the university meeting its vision of being the leading entrepreneurial university through providing excellent work. So it's a two-way relationship.
This close relationship with their alumni is what led to a delegation of Strathmore staff and students venture beyond the borders.
As a university, one of our goals is continuous learning. And so a pillar of the Alumni Association is the growth and development of the alumni. So we do this through continuous learning series. We have workshops, we have seminars, we allow them to come in and sit round tables and tell us what we can do better about our courses, what new skills we need to be providing. We also have networking and bonding activities. We visit them at their place of work to see how they've centered, how they've landed, how they're performing, what more we can do, help them build relationships and bond with the organizations that they're doing. We also invite them to mentor the younger students and younger alumni to allow them to land and thrive in the society once they graduate. Indeed, we do have a huge number of alumni, both locally and internationally, and we do continue the relationship with them. Recently, after COVID, we realized we need to go around and see how the alumni are faring, how they're doing, how they're coping with the changing environment and work situations. So we did visit our alumni in the region, in Uganda, in Tanzania, in the UK and in the US. These events are driven by several factors that the university has, of which visiting the alumni is important. So when we were in Tanzania, we were launching the Strathmore Global Institute, which is the institute that will then set up schools across East Africa or across Africa. When we went to the UK, we went on an academic trip with the School of Mathematical Sciences. London is a financial capital. Typically, our third year or fourth year students will make a trip to the UK before they complete their studies. And many do then get jobs and work in Europe.
This practice of connecting with the diaspora has become synonymous with the Strathmore brand. However, the exercise is quite costly. This is where partnerships come in handy, with one of their biggest supporters being Send.
We're very fortunate in the last 2 trips. We've made 2 trips in the last 2 years to the UK, and we had a good partner in Send is a money sending company that is based in the UK, and they helps us, one, just allow the alumni to be able to pay, book, pay and send money to us so we could actually facilitate the activities we had. Beyond that, they sponsored us, so they made it possible for those young alumni who were not able to come by topping up every contribution that was made by one of the alumni. They then topped up. This is important because we had very young alumni who've just landed and were able to come. And not just alumni, it's alumni, Strathmore alumni, friends and family who are able to come and bond and meet with the people. And out of these groups, we always find that when they get together, we Africans at heart, we have to give. So more often than not, they will all say, let's sponsor students in their former schools. Like for this particular trips, we got about 4 scholarships, full scholarships of students in the various schools, and that money hits right back through Send. So all the money that the alumni paid came right back home and to the Alumni Association, which then allows us to offer scholarships, financial aid, and loans to deserving students. So it's so important to do these trips with the right partners who then enable us meet our vision.
According to the diaspora, events have a huge ripple effect not only to the institution but also the country.
The feedback loop that the university gets from keeping in touch with the alumni is one of our strengths, and it's what keeps us fresh and updated with our, cutting edge with our courses and collaboration. The other is, as you may know, 20% of our students are on financial aid, either through loans, through full scholarships, or through part support for their programs. And this money a lot of this money comes from the alumni. So many will offer to give back, to support in different ways. It's also how we build the partnerships. When we go there, we're able to visit huge institutions who then pick an interest, form partnerships with us, give us courses, give us scholarships, give us opportunities, and help us advance our pursuit of excellence through the education and courses that we provide. These partnerships then invest in Kenya, invest in the region, and grow our economy. And thirdly, how many more students are we able to then bring who are not Kenyans necessarily, coming to study and settle here? From most of these trips, we do get a lot of lecturers coming, a lot of foreign lecturers, students who want to come and do their research here, bring that money home to be able to invest in the country to pursue their education. So the ripple effect is big.
Strathmore University plans to continue having these abroad events, with the next one scheduled for September in Dallas and Atlanta. Their goal? Creation of more channels for investment.
The importance of engaging with the diaspora is just keeping home alive, keeping Kenya alive in their hearts and in their minds. And it does endear them when they hear that home is not bad. Home is actually doing well, and they do want to be part of that story. So many times they will ask, how can we help? How can we support? We have to think beyond our borders to be able to influence society, especially today when the world is so global.
What an amazing story. Clearly, there is a lot that the diaspora can offer Kenya and our economy. Time for us now to have our back home segment, and today we are featuring Minneapolis-based restaurant owner and events organizer George Ndege and how he's investing back home.
Back home, powered by Cooperative Bank.
Karibu, Minneapolis, Minnesota. And this guy is called George Ndege. Nickname? Jojo. Jojo. So Jojo is a restaurant owner, and he's a chef. You'll find him in his own kitchen. And I've met him here in Minnesota, and he has a lot of inspiration to share with you. And he does quite a lot of stuff back home. So he's here in the US, but he's doing a lot of stuff back home. And we'll go into those details later. But George, begin by just telling us, what do you exactly do?
I'm an executive chef of my own restaurant called Tamu Grill and Catering here in Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Yeah, I was there. I took some photos there, and you are neighboring. You are quite strategic, opposite Minnesota University.
It's opposite University of Minnesota, Carlson School of Management. And I went there. I went to school there.
Oh, you went to
School of Journalism there.
So is it just a coincidence, or how did you end up having a restaurant at that place?
It's a coincidence, but the other thing is this. Across the street from there, there's a radio station called KFAI Radio. And I host a program there. I've been hosting a program there for 10 years called African Rhythms.
Wow. You have so many talents. And you are a journalist by training?
I went to school for journalism at the University of Minnesota.
University,
yes.
Wow. Then did you become a journalist? What happened?
When I went to school here, there was no openings for minorities, especially immigrants, to get into journalism. So I never really pursued it much.
And did you say you were a promoter at some point too?
Yes, in my previous life I was a promoter. I was actually the first one to bring Kenyan artists on tour here in the US, here in Canada. Artists, DJs, and comedians. So I worked with Ridiculous. I was their sole promoter for 7 to 8 years. I worked with Red Sun, I worked with Amani.
Wow.
Mr. Googs and Vinny Banton, remember
And
those
I
days?
mean, you look like an artist. I mean, just animated and talking like an artist.
I've been around them too much.
By the way, we are doing this interview on the sidelines of a wedding where Jojo has provided catering services, and I've seen people enjoying your food. Well done.
Thank you.
So tell us more about the wedding and your services here.
So the business I do, although it's a restaurant, we only open on weekends. So Monday through Thursday, we do catering and events. And in the summer, you know, our winters are horrible here in Minnesota. So in the summer, people don't like being indoors. They're outdoors. So we follow the people.
I've had a very great moment with the entire audience there.
They're a beautiful couple.
I've danced with the couple, and I saw them enjoying your food.
I hope they did.
Yeah,
I hope they did. Yes, yes. It's from the heart.
It's from your heart. So how did you end up in the US?
I came to school.
As a
I came to
student?
school. I came as a student.
On a student
Actually, from
visa?
Kenya, I went to London for 2 years. I went to school there for 2 years. And then from London, I came here.
Which year is that?
When I went to London?
Yeah.
You want to hear that?
Yeah. When?
1985.
Wow, 1985. I was still in primary school.
Look at that.
Yeah, I was still in primary school.
Look at that.
Yeah. And your age doesn't show. Well done.
Thank you.
So, great. And then when did you end up in the US?
87.
87.
End of 87.
Yeah, 87. Now I was joining from what?
You are joining from one?
Yes.
Wow. So you're my kid bro.
Good pleasure.
Yep.
Pleasure. Great. And then, do you remember Kenya? Do you do stuff back home?
So I do have some projects going on back home.
Yeah.
And you know, these days is a lot easier than back in the day.
Because of technology.
Because of technology. And I have an account with Coop Bank.
Oh, you are a customer of Coop Bank?
Yes, and I've had that account for...
They have a diaspora banking unit.
Yes, yes. And when it's so nice that when you go there, there's a diaspora area that you go to. And the people there understand what we're trying to do.
Yes. What are you able to do through Coop Bank? Diaspora banking, yes.
I'm able to send money directly into my account to be able to do projects back home. Secondly, my tenants are able to deposit money into my account at Coop Bank. You see? And thirdly, I have their card here. I can sometimes withdraw money here in the US.
You have your card? Do you have it here?
I have it here.
Coop Bank?
Yeah.
So you have you are a landlord.
I'm a landlord.
You said your tenants are able to deposit money into Coop Bank account.
Yes.
So you are a landlord. Well done.
And I'm able to see it online. Hey,
wow. This is Jamhuri. So this is for diaspora banking?
It's a diaspora account.
Diaspora account. Yes. Well done, Jojo.
Thank you.
Jojo, landlord.
Yeah. And by the way, I'm the one who got them in the US here. Coop Bank?
Yes.
Yeah.
Explain more.
You know, when I used to do promotion, and Ridiculous was big then. So we used them to activate Cooperative Bank.
How are you able to transact?
I mostly do it through the website. You know, back in the day, we had to go to an agent. You know? So now, first of all, I'm able to send money directly into my Coop Bank account from here. It goes directly there. You know? So I'm able to do my investments back home. And I'm able to transfer that into money market account or whatever, move funds around.
And you're able to monitor
and I'm able to monitor
while here.
Yes.
Cooperative Bank. We are you.
With that, we have come to the end of the show today. Many thanks to all our guests and to you, the viewer, for tuning in. On behalf of everyone involved in the production of this week's episode, we say many thanks for watching and see you next time.
Daring Abroad, brought to you in partnership with Coop Bank Diaspora Banking. Banking just like home.